Welcome to this immersive 360-degree aerial journey over the Overasseltse and Hatertse Vennen. This unique nature reserve is located in the eastern part of the Netherlands, just a short distance from the ancient city of Nijmegen. As our drone lifts off from the edge of the path, we immediately glide over the tranquil waters of our first destination, the Klaproesven. Feel free to look around in all directions. Take in the vastness of the sky and the beautiful way the morning light reflects off the calm, dark water below. The landscape you see shifting beneath us is a fascinating mix of open water, wet marshes, purple heathlands, and dense pine forests. Although it appears peaceful today, the foundation of this terrain was shaped by extreme natural forces thousands of years ago. The rolling hills and sandy ridges that surround this pond are actually ancient inland river dunes. They were formed at the end of the last ice age, around 10,000 years ago. During that period, fierce and relentless winds blew loose sand from the dry bed of the nearby Meuse River, depositing it here in large, undulating waves. The water of the Klaproesven stays at the surface due to a very specific geological feature. Deep underground, beneath the sandy topsoil, lies a thick, impermeable layer of ancient river clay. This clay layer acts as a natural bowl. It completely blocks rainwater from sinking deeper into the earth. Because these ponds depend entirely on rainfall rather than flowing groundwater, they are naturally acidic and very low in nutrients. This creates a highly fragile and specialized environment where only specific plants can survive. As we reach the far edge of this first pond, enjoy the seamless transition from the open water back to the rugged terrain of the dry river dunes. We are now leaving the Klaproesven behind, and our drone sails smoothly over the dry land. Below us, a network of winding sandy paths cuts through the landscape. If you look down and around, you might spot hikers exploring the trails or local wildlife moving through the undergrowth. This stretch of the flight highlights the dramatic ecological contrast that defines this entire reserve. The immediate shift from wet, marshy ecosystems to dry, nutrient-poor, sandy soil. The vegetation here has adapted beautifully to these harsh, dry conditions. The ground is covered by large carpets of heather, which transform into a vibrant sea of purple late in the summer. In between the heather, patches of moss and lichens anchor the loose sand, preventing the wind from blowing it away again. If you look closely at the open sandy patches, you are looking at the perfect habitat for the rare sand lizard, which loves to bask in the warm sun on these open dunes. In the 19th century, human hands significantly altered this landscape. Large portions of the open heathlands were planted with Scots pine trees. These trees were grown for a highly industrial purpose, to serve as support beams in the deep coal mines of the southern Limburg region. Pine wood was ideal because it made a distinct cracking sound before breaking, giving miners a life-saving warning. Today, the mines are long gone, and nature organizations like Staatsbosbeheer have carefully removed parts of these pine plantations. By cutting down some of the forests, they prevent the trees from consuming too much groundwater, allowing the original heathland and the rare wetlands to breathe, expand, and recover. Take a look toward the horizon to see how these open spaces and forested patches create a beautiful, varied mosaic. We are now approaching the 4-minute mark of our flight, and a massive expanse of water opens up directly beneath our wings. This is the Saint Walrick Ven, one of the largest, deepest, and most iconic ponds within this entire 520-hectare nature reserve. Moving across this wide body of water, you can truly appreciate the impressive scale of these post-glacial wetlands. Because this large pond relies entirely on precipitation, the water level changes dramatically with the seasons. During wet winters, the water climbs high up the banks, while hot summers cause the shoreline to retreat, exposing muddy edges. This shifting shoreline creates a golden opportunity for highly specialized and rare plant species. Along the water's edge, plants like the carnivorous sundew, marsh St. John's wort, and the delicate floating water plantain thrive. They depend on this clean, unpolluted rainwater to survive. The Saint Walrick Ven is also a vital sanctuary for an abundance of wildlife. If you look down toward the reed beds along the banks, you might spot the black-necked grebe, a rare bird that builds its floating nests here. The open water is a hunting ground for numerous species of dragonflies and damselflies, which dart across the surface in search of food. Overhead, birds of prey like the hobby or the honey buzzard frequently soar through the sky, scanning the open landscape. As our drone glides effortless, as we cross the far bank of the large pond, we enter the final phase of our aerial journey. The drone gently glides over the borders where the water meets the forest canopy. From this elevated perspective, looking around gives you a spectacular view of the treetops, showing a rich mixture of ancient oaks, birches, and towering pine trees stretching out toward the horizon. This specific area carries a deep cultural and historical significance that matches its natural beauty. Just beyond the trees we are passing lies the historical site of the Saint Walrick Chapel ruins, which dates back to the Middle Ages. Next to these ruins stands the famous fever tree, or quartz boom. For centuries, people have traveled to this tree to tie strips of clothing to its branches, believing it would heal the sick. This reminds us that humans have shared a deep spiritual connection with this unique landscape for thousands of years, transitioning from prehistoric hunters to medieval pilgrims, and now to modern nature lovers. As our immersive 360-degree flight slowly comes to an end, take one last look around to absorb the full panorama. The hidden waters, the shifting sands, the purple heathlands, and the timeless forests that make this region so special. This balance between wind, water, time, and human history has created an irreplaceable sanctuary. Thank you for flying along through his beautiful landscape.